Why do they call him Death?
Because the last time he rose, a kingdom fell. They thought they killed him, but death doesn't take what belongs to wrath. He was a blade without mercy, a king without a throne. His brothers betrayed him, buried him beneath the stones he carved with his own hands. But blood has memory, and tonight it called him back. Now the sky darkens. The wind runs cold, and the grave he slept in stands open.
I was loyal. I was theirs. They gave me a sword, then stabbed me with it. So I let the earth hold me, but I heard them speak my name. Like a curse they feared, I am not their guardian. I am what crawled from their betrayal. They call me Death, because I came back with none of their mercy.
Why does the throne tremble when no one sits upon it?
Because it remembers the king they buried beneath it.
They say his name was erased, as if he never ruled.
His own blood betrayed him, sons who crowned themselves with his silence. But curses do not sleep, and thrones do not forget their king.
The earth cracked last night, didn't it?
Blood touched his sigil, and the silence broke.
I built this kingdom from bone and blade, and they broke me for it, left me in stone. Beneath my own throne, I was mercy once, I was justice once. Now I am what they created, a crown of wrath. Forged in betrayal, a kingdom built on betrayal, deserves a king born of vengeance.
Why do even warriors fall silent when the wind dies and the shadows stand still?
Because something walks in the silence. Not a beast, not a man. He doesn't wear a crown or carry fire. But when he enters, empires collapse without sound. He has no face, but every soul recognizes him. He is not early, he is not late. He simply arrives.
You thought you had time. You waited for confidence, for permission, for the perfect version of yourself. But time doesn't wait, and neither does he. He doesn't knock, he doesn't speak. He doesn't care who you dreamed of becoming. Only what you did with the fire in your chest before it burned out. The sword you never raised, the path you never walked. The war you ran from while the mirror lied. You feared failure. He doesn't fear you, so burn now, or be buried with your potential.
Why does the battlefield still burn when the war is long over?
Because fire remembers the one they left behind.
They say he was the king's blade, loyal to the bone.
He fought beside brothers, bled for a crown, and when peace came, they fed him to the flame. He screamed in the pyre, but the fire did not consume him. It claimed him.
Is he still out there, watching?
He walks where the banners rot, where oaths are dust, where betrayal echoes. And now he returns, not to fight for kings, but to burn what remains of loyalty.
I gave them victory. They gave me betrayal. The man died that day. What rose was silence wrapped in smoke. They begged for peace and buried their war dog like trash. I watched my brothers turn, one by one. Eyes full of gold, not guilt. They feared my sword. Now they'll fear my silence. I am the blade he forged in silence, the storm he called by name. They said I was finished, They said I was buried. They forgot who sent me. I am not here to bow. I am not here to beg. If God is for me, then tell me who can be against me. I do not fear the fire. I was born in it. I do not run from war. I am the war. Let them gather their armies. Let the earth shake beneath their pride. I will walk through it all with his name on my breath and fire in my eyes. I am the warrior of God. And no demon, no man, no kingdom forged in hell can stand.
Why does the battlefield fall silent when he walks through?
Because they remember the boy who crawled through the mud. The one they left bleeding, not dead. They broke his bones. They mocked his prayers. But pain is a cruel teacher. And blood is a holy baptism. And when he rose, he did not rise.
Darkness. But I learned to breathe in the dirt also. I don't wear armor to be protected. I wear it to remind the world what it made me become.
Why does he never speaks?
Because he used to pray like a child. Knees bent, hands shaking. But the world does not listen to boys who whisper. Only beasts who roar. They broke him on holy ground. Taught him that not all faith wears white. And now he hunts in silence, beneath the chapel, where blood is the offering. And every kill, a prayer.
I asked for help. They fed me to wolves. So I became one, teeth sharp, heart silent. I no longer kneel when I pray. I strike, and God listens.
I hate you. You say you're saving the world, but all I see is ash in your wake. You burned cities, broke kings, killed the demons. You used to be a man, now you're just a monster with a sword. Where your heart used to be, do you even remember what mercy feels like?
Mercy. I don't even remember what warmth feels like. Love left me on a battlefield with nothing but blood on my hands. I wasn't made for peace. I was forged in screens. I don't deserve love. I was born in battle, raised by silence, fed with rage when the gods looked down. They didn't see a man, they saw a weapon. And weapons don't weep. You think I wanted this? You think I don't hear the screams when I close my eyes? I carry the dead with me, every step, every breath. But if this is the path carved for me, then let it burn. Let the sky fall. Let kingdoms rot. Let the world scream my name in fear. I didn't choose the fire chose me. I was not born to be loved. I was born to rule.
You weren't meant to wear that crown. You weren't chosen. You stole it. You spilled blood in temples, burned cities for power. You sit on a throne of bones and call it justice. You're not a king. You're a curse.
You're right. I wasn't born royal. No prophecy, no blessing, no bloodline, only war. They laughed when I entered the court covered in mud. They mocked the way I held a sword until they choked on it. Every noble I killed built my throne. Every scream carved my name into stone. You call me a monster. Good. Monsters don't kneel. I didn't inherit this crown. I earned it. Not with grace, with grit. I took their banners, burned their books, fed their gods to the fire. And when the last king bled beneath my boots, I didn't smile. I sat on this throne of bones. Because power is not passed down, it's taken. Do you know what it feels like to burn? Not just skin, but soul. They tied me to the stake, called me cursed. A danger to the world, swore to protect. I screamed, but not for mercy, for meaning. The flames answered. I didn't die in that fire. I was baptized in it. It didn't consume me, it claimed me. I crawled from the ashes, skin blackened, eyes glowing. They thought they destroyed me. They forged me. Every scar became scripture. Every scream became steel. You don't survive something like that. You become something else. I am not man. I am not monster. I am fire, with a heartbeat, and I don't seek revenge. I seek rebirth. The ones who lit the flame now hide from it. And the world that watched me burn now watches me rise. They gave me fire, and I gave it purpose.
Everyone ran. They saw the army, the sky turning black, the ground shaking. And they ran. But you stood there, alone. Why?
Because I stopped running the day I buried my soul. There's nothing left for me to protect. Only something left to end. Let the others run. Let them scream. I am the scream that answers. They came with blades and banners. I came with silence, not because I'm brave, because I'm done begging for peace, done kneeling to kings, done watching the innocent die, while gods stay quiet. This isn't courage, this is clarity. Let them bring thousands. I'll greet them with stillness, and end them with fury. I am not a hero. I am the ending, and in the place where the world broke. Let it be known, one man stood.
Why does even the darkness fear his name?
Because he was not made by man. He was carved from storm and scripture. Once he knelt at the altar, now the altar burns behind him. They called him holy, they called him mad, but none could defeat him. He was the blade in God's own hand, until they broke that hand and cursed the blade.
I did not fall. I was cast out, not for sin, but for mercy. They took my kin, burned my creed, and prayed I'd never return. But I rose, with holy fire in my lungs and vengeance in my grip. I am not their savior. I am the reckoning. I don't carry God's name anymore. I carry his silence. And silence is the loudest scream of war.
Who is he? The one even death turned away from.
They say he walked into hell and came back with fire in his veins. He was chosen by God. Every sword that touched him shattered. Every army that faced him fell to their knees. But the price of divine favor was his soul.
They betrayed me at the altar, bound me in chains of faith, and begged the heavens to forget my name. But heaven remembered. God never left me, he just made me wait, while he sharpened me. I am not the warrior of light. I am the shadow that serves him.
He vanished for years. No one knew where he went. Until one day, he came back without a smile. Only a list.
I started with the easiest one, the friend who laughed when I begged for help. I didn't scream, I didn't strike in anger. I simply looked him in the eyes and reminded him who I was. Then came the cousin, the one who said I'd never be a man. He used to call me weak, now he calls me sir.
One by one, he returned the pain they gave him. Not with chaos, but with purpose.
I started with the easiest one, the friend who laughed when I begged for help. I didn't come back to hurt them. I came back to show them what pain creates, what silence trains, what betrayal awakens. They thought I was still that boy, still begging, still hoping. But that boy is dead. They killed him, and I buried him with my own hands. Now, I walk with vengeance, not to destroy the world, but to remind it, Some fires never die, they wait.
How can someone have such a powerful aura that even the air refuses to touch him?
Because he is no man. He is the king of demons, the soul taker. When he whispers arise, the graves open. The dead crawl to their knees just to obey. They sealed him once, buried him beneath sacred ground. But darkness does not die, it waits.
I walk through fire, not to burn, but to learn how to command it. I am not your hero. I am not your nightmare. I am the thing that wakes up when both fail. Every god you prayed to tried to stop me. Every sword they raised broke at my feet. I don't rule by crown, I rule by fear. Because death obeys me, and the living, they just haven't knelt yet.
Why does he smile when he's bleeding?
Because pain is the only thing that ever stayed. They never gave him love, not a hug, not a kind word, only hate and silence. The world looked at him like a mistake. Family mocked him. Friends used him. Even God stayed quiet.
I begged for warmth once, got burned instead. I waited for love, but love never came. Only betrayal did. Only loneliness stayed. So I learned to hold hands with pain. I let darkness tuck me in. Hate became my lullaby. And every scar became my reason to rise. You see blood. I see memory. You see a broken boy. I see a god being built. I don't want love anymore. I want war. Because pain never left me. So I made it my home.
Why does he never look anyone in the eyes?
Because every time he did, all he saw was rejection. From his father, his friends, even his gods. He was the extra in everyone's story. The joke in every group, the failure of the family. They told him, you'll never be anything. And he started.
I want their praise. I want silence. The same silence they gave me. I was never weak. I was just unfinished. But now, I walk like a curse. I speak like a prophecy, and when I arrive, even fear hides behind walls. I was built by pain, but now, pain kneels before me. They used to laugh when I spoke. Now they tremble when I whisper. They used to ignore me. Now they pray I don't remember their names. I don't seek revenge anymore. I've become something worse. I've become their reminder that some people can't be broken, only remade. They thought I wanted love. They were wrong. I wanted power. Power that doesn't beg. Power that commands.
Why do they call him the king of demons?
Because once he was just a boy. A weak, forgotten boy. The kind everyone ignores, mocks, destroys. He was the last picked, the first blamed. They pushed him to the edge and laughed when he stood there. But he didn't fall. He made a deal, not with a god, but with the darkness that watched him suffer.
I didn't become a demon overnight. I was made by their cruelty. Forged by isolation, shaped by every "you're not enough." They hated my silence. They hated my presence. So I became something they'd never forget. I stopped wishing for light and crowned myself in shadow. The boy they broke now commands legions they fear. They called me weak. They called me nothing. So I became the king of everything they fear.
What kind of kingdom rises from pain?
The kind built by a boy who was never loved. The kind ruled not by mercy, but by memory. His throne, built from bones of the past. His crown, forged in betrayal. And his army, souls that were once just like him. Forgotten, broken, unwanted.
They asked me why I rule the dead. I told them, because the living never accepted me. They feared my silence. Now they fear my command. This kingdom is not made of gold. It is made of pain. Layered in rage, bound by loyalty, the world never gave me. I begged for a place in their world. They denied me. So I built my own, where monsters don't hide. They reign.
Why has the sky turned black and the wind gone silent?
Because he has returned. The boy they called nothing. The name they buried in shame now walks the earth again. But not as a boy, as a curse. He crossed realms with an army.
Laughed at, broken, abandoned, even by those who claimed to love me. They offered me crowns, they offered me kingdoms, but none could give me peace, none except him. Let the devils build their empires, let the liars wear their jewels. I stand with nothing but my soul, and that soul belongs to the King of Kings, the one who never broke me, the one who watched as I crawled through fire. I answer to no man, no demon, no god created by hands. I kneel only to the God of the seven heavens. Let the heavens hear me. I serve the Eternal One, and I fear nothing because he walks with me.
They've summoned legions, warlords, sorcerers, monsters. How can one man stand against them all?
Because he was never meant to fight alone. He walks with the wind that once carried prophets, with fire that spoke from the mountain, with the unseen, the eternal, the holy. He is not protected. He is chosen.
Let them gather armies. Let them scream, threaten, and march with banners. I will not move. I will not tremble. They think I'm just a man, but the earth shakes when I pray. Because when I bow my head, he rises beside me. I don't raise my sword to win. I raise it to witness that even now, even outnumbered, he fights with me. My strength is not mine. My shield is not forged by steel. My back is guarded by angels, and my soul belongs to the Lord of the seven heavens. They came with armies, but I came with heaven, and heaven never loses.
But he's wounded. He's outnumbered. Why is he still standing?
Because pain built him. Because betrayal carved his bones into blades. They thought they broke him, but all they did was awaken something cruel.
I was never born to be loved. They hated me since the beginning, mocked my weakness, laughed at my scars. Even my own blood left me behind. I begged for warmth once. Now I only crave silence, the kind that comes after screams. I don't fight for justice. I don't fight for peace. I fight because it's the only thing this world taught me to do.
He was the broken one once, but now, even kings kneel to survive his wrath.
They made me a monster. Now they'll learn what it means to fear the thing they created.
Who is he? Why are they all running from just one man?
Because he doesn't bring war, he brings silence. He doesn't knock, he appears when it's already too late.
I searched for them, the ones who laughed when I was broken, who stabbed me when I had nothing left to bleed. I could have killed them, but death is a gift, so I gave them something worse.
Fear. He gave them fear like they'd never known.
I looked them in the eye and smiled. I reminded them of every scream they caused, every scar they laughed at, and then I made them feel it.
They ran, not from his sword, but from the truth. The boy they broke became the thing they pray never finds them.
They taught me pain, I became fear. And now, I'm everywhere they hide.
Why does the darkness follow him like a shadow that breathes?
Because he didn't choose the darkness. The darkness chose him. It crept into his soul the night the world turned its back.
They left me in the cold. No light, no hand, no name worth remembering. All I had was silence. And silence taught me things even screams couldn't.
He was once a boy who begged for warmth. Now he is the storm that freezes hope itself.
They feared the monsters in the dark, but they forgot. Monsters are made by broken promises, by fake smiles, by hands that pushed when I was already falling.
Now he walks without light, and everything behind him dies without sound.
I am not lost in the darkness. I am the darkness, and I never leave alone.
I saw it in his eyes. Not pain, not anger, just silence. Like everything inside him had already died.
They pushed him too far, mocked his kindness, tore down his peace. And when there was nothing left to break, he turned into something they couldn't control.
I begged this world for mercy once. It laughed. I asked for peace. It handed me war.
He didn't rise like a hero. He rose like a warning. Not from hope, but from hate that learned how to walk.
You called me weak, then ran when I became something stronger than fear.
What is he now?
He is the silence before the scream, the shadow before the strike, not born of power, but built in betrayal.
I was never meant to fit in this world. I was meant to remind it what happens when the weak stop kneeling.
Why does he walk into the land where no soul returns?
Because he is not searching for life. He is hunting death itself. Once he was a warrior blessed by the gods, undefeated, unbroken. But fate is a cruel artist. It painted his life in blood. His lover stolen. His brothers slaughtered. His people erased from the earth. And so he made a vow not to save himself, not to seek peace, but to find the one who takes all things and end it.
Death thinks it cannot be touched. It thinks no blade can reach it. It has never met mine.
He walks through silent graveyards, through battlefields where even ghosts are afraid to linger. And still he walks on.
What happens when he finds death?
When I find it, I will not let it speak. I will cut it until nothing remains.
Why has the sun not risen for 7 days?
Because one man's wrath has cast a shadow too deep for light to cross. They called him the Warden of Storms, a protector once. But betrayal burns hotter than any fire, and when his faith shattered, the skies themselves bent under his fury. He tore the sun from the horizon, he commanded the moon to stay, and the world obeyed.
I warned them. Light is a gift. But now, they will learn to crawl in the dark.
Forests withered, oceans stilled. Children forgot the color of morning. Even the bravest men whispered prayers into nothingness.
Will the sun ever return?
Not until the world kneels and begs for its light back.
Why does he sit alone upon a throne made of ash?
Because once he was